Ryobi King here. Going to be doing a little video today. It's not specifically Ryobi, but it can be led into Ryobi. It's going to be the toolbox that I bought from Harbor Freight. I've heard a few different people mention it in a few different comments and stuff like that, and other videos and different things. So I was like, that might be a pretty decent thing to do a video on, to talk about what I personally think about it. That was the very first thing I bought before I bought tools. I bought a toolbox because I figured, what's the point of having tools laying all over the place if I don't have a box to put them in? Now, since then, I've outgrown the toolbox. I have shelves. You guys see my workshop. I did an earlier video. You've seen it in my videos before. An early video called The Kingdom. I did a little showcase of it. But I'm just going to kind of talk about it, give you my opinions on it. I've had it for probably 3 years now. And you can use as much as a toolbox can be used. So I'll kind of tell you what I'm thinking, and we'll take a look at it. Here's the U.S. General Harbor Freight toolbox. It's the 5 drawer. I think they have a 3 drawer or something. I went ahead and spent the extra money and went ahead and got 5 drawers because at that time I was like, I want to have more tool space. Well, this is not so much tool storage for me anymore. And you'll see that here in a minute whenever I open it and it's mostly empty. This is my mobile tool station. So originally, yes, I did. I had all my Ryobi tools all stuck inside of this thing. It's got a little locking feature on the top. Now here's why I left these sitting here. I use it as a workstation. So for example, whenever we moved into this house, this basement was completely unfinished. Now this side still is, but the other side isn't. So I had to do all the work over there. So what I would do is I would take the tools that I need, put them on the cart, and wheel them over to the other side of the basement. That way I had them all with me. Saved me time, saved me having to go back and forth with my tools. I just stuck them all on the cart and wheeled them over there. That's the coolest thing about this cart, is that it wheels around. It's got 2 straight wheels that don't turn and then 2 wheels that pivot. So you just got to kind of pull it around like a little cart. That's why it's actually called a 5-drawer cart. But yeah, that's why I have these sitting on top of here. You can use it as like a worktop or anything. But I'm going to go and move them so I can show you what's inside. You got roughly, well, here, I'll tell you just how much space we got. Hold this. 31 inches wide. From the floor up, it's about 38 inches tall. About 17 and a half inches thick. So if you kind of got an idea on measurement size, that kind of gives you an idea. Opens up. It's got these spring latch deals, so you can just kind of almost let it go all the way up by itself. I just got a few different random things thrown in here right now. Let's get a closer look. I'll bring the camera in. Gives you a really close look on the inside here. It does come with these foam protections inside of here. You can see mine are pretty ripped up, and I take good care of my stuff, so they're pretty cheap. But it comes with them, so you really can't complain. The U.S. General is it's their brand of that specific type of toolbox. Now my buddy Jake, he is a mechanic. He has the Snap-on version of this. He had a Snap-on version, had it for years, and then he bought one of these as well, and it wore out on him. Now he uses this thing as a mechanic's box. Now here's the difference between the way I was using it and the way he was using it. You can look at my drawers. They're pretty well organized here. So let's get a good look. So I got my blades in here. I got my pliers, anything that's a gripper, as I say, in here. Now what Jake would have had would have been mechanical wrenches, all that stuff, just tons of it. It's heavy. Well, you only have one slider on each one of these drawers, so they're only rated for a certain amount of weight. So if you plan on really packing this sucker down, what'll end up happening, these drawers will start getting hung up and they won't want to close, and you'll have to lift up on them, and it'll become, but I mean, you can see right now, you hear how it doesn't slam? That's an expensive feature, or what used to be. They put it on their toolboxes now, no additional charge. I do have a decent bit of sockets and stuff in this drawer. Now, but for him, considering he's a diesel mechanic, would have huge sockets and a lot of them. So he ended up wearing his drawers out on his. If that's something you're thinking about getting this for, I would not suggest it because, once again, you're going to just wear it out. But if you're going to use it for little stuff, even more than what I got, I just got some pedally stuff thrown in here because I don't really use it so much for that anymore. I keep my bits and whatnot in here, all my Ryobi bits, which I really hate. Hate to say it, Ryobi, but your bits suck. Yeah, I keep all that stuff in here. Then let's get a look here at the bottom real quick. So you can see I keep a few of my Ryobi tools down here still. I keep my circular saws. Now, normally I got a few other tools over there. I'm actually using them at work right now. But, yeah, I keep my bigger stuff. I've seen people build racks for them where they hang them up on their pegboards and stuff like that. I don't want that big bulky thing sitting up there, so I just leave them on the bottom here on my cart. So, yeah, it's really nice. I'm in a basement, so if you plan on using this in a basement and thinking it's light enough where you can just pull it up and down the stairs, don't do it. It's pretty heavy. I mean, it's liftable. Here, I'll show you. It is liftable, but it's still not going to be fun dragging this thing up and down out of a basement. So don't try to use it for that. That's why I just use it essentially as storage now. Extra stuff that's not Ryobi related, I pretty much stick in here. Because I got to rep my Ryobi stuff. That's got to be out here. But, yeah, so I mean, that's really the basics of this toolbox. I'll give you another overview of it. My personal opinion on this box, I do really like it. You can get them for, I'll put the price somewhere out in here, right at Harbor Freight. And then wait for discounts and stuff, you can get it for even cheaper. They're well worth the money. You have to assemble them yourself, but that's the fun part. As we all know, that's adult Legos. So, I mean, it's definitely worth it. A lot of us Ryobi guys tend to go and buy some of our stuff at Harbor Freight because, let's be honest, we're trying to stick with a budget here. Now, with the difference with I see between like Ryobi products, because you hear a lot of people compare Ryobi products and then Harbor Freight like drills and stuff like that. They're not the same thing. I don't like Harbor Freight's power tools. I do use a lot of their hand tools because they have a lifetime warranty, is where most tools do now. So, yep, that's my opinion on this toolbox. If you guys have any questions or anything you'd like to be seeing, please leave it down here in the comments. Subscribe. I always appreciate the support that you guys have been giving me. So you guys have a nice day.